Back in college, I bought myself a girlfriend. I promised to cover her family's medical bills if she agreed to be with me. She was a brilliant student from a poor background, and she stayed with me for 4 humiliating years. When my family went bankrupt, we broke up. She remained cold, didn't even try to stop me. Later, while I was waiting tables in a KTV bar to pay off my debts, she became a CEO and ended up with the most handsome guy in our class. She looked at me and asked, "Do you regret it?" "No," I said. "Well, I do," she replied. I never imagined I'd run into Isabel Lopez again like this. Not after all these years. I was delivering a fruit platter, keeping my head down so she wouldn't see my face. Jason Smith sat next to her. They looked like the perfect couple. Smart, beautiful, and well-matched. "Waiter," Isabel called. "Could you slice the oranges?" I turned away from her and began to cut. She used to do this for mess-lice oranges. She was good with a knife. Every piece came out neat and even. Back then, I thought she loved me. Later, I realized it was just her habit. When she was slicing oranges, her mind was everywhere except on me. 4 years apart felt like a lifetime. Somehow, the conversation drifted to college romances. I heard Isabel had a boyfriend for 4 years in college, someone said. My hand froze. Isabel let out a soft, "Wow, 4 years. That's basically the whole of college," someone added. Isabel didn't respond. The person, sensing the awkwardness, fumbled for words. That must be hard to forget, right? Silence fell like a still river. After a while, Isabel chuckled lightly. "Not really. She's being generous," Jason chimed in lazily. "We went to the same college. Honestly, she had it rough. If her ex hadn't been in the way, Isabel and I would have gotten together much earlier." "Yeah, I mean, come on, Jason's a star now. No matter how good her ex was, he couldn't top that." The mood lightened. I pulled my cap lower, wishing I could disappear. The knife slipped and cut my hand. I hissed, drawing everyone's attention. "What the hell? You can't even cut fruit," Jason complained. "Sorry, I'll get you a clean plate." I picked up the platter, ready to bolt. "Wait." Isabel stopped me, enunciating each word. "Turn around." My body felt nailed in place. 1 second. 2. Just then, the floor manager stepped in. "Sorry, this colleague is new. Still getting the hang of things. Tonight's fruit platters are on the house." The manager winked at me. "Go on. Get a new tray." I took the chance and slipped away. Later, she said to me, "Next time, think quicker. We all start out new. If you get a complaint, tonight's work is for nothing." "Thank you." "No worries. But be extra careful in that VIP room. Big shots in there, especially the beautiful woman in the center. She's the CEO of a tech company. We can't afford to upset her." "Sis, I'm kind of scared. Could you take the oranges for me?" "Sure." I let out a breath. If there's anyone in the world who's already burned every bridge with Isabel, it's me. I'm the ex she couldn't stand. I still remember freshman year, Isabel stood among the new students, wearing clothes so faded they were nearly white. She looked out of place, clearly poor, but also clearly beautiful. I loved the soft, chilly tone of her voice when she spoke, and the way her lashes dropped when she looked at me. Isabel was desperately short on money. Even her financial aid spot was taken by someone with connections. One night after class, I grabbed her delicate hand like a starving wolf. "Isabel, I like you. Be my girlfriend. I've got money. We'll share everything. If not, I'll even pay you for a kiss." "Of course," she rejected me. But life was easy for me then. I didn't even know what failure was. The more she pushed me away, the more obsessed I became. When her grandfather, the man who raised her, fell critically ill, I paid the hospital bills without blinking. That's when Isabel gave in. I thought I was being a hero. It took years for me to realize I didn't save her. I broke her. Even after we got together, she still worked every day to earn her own living. She barely spent any of my money, but rumors spread. People said she sold herself for money. Her classmates started calling her awful names. I was still naive, holding her hand and saying, "Ignore them. They're just jealous." I lived in a bubble, completely unaware that Isabel was fighting alone. In our senior year, my family went bankrupt. I didn't tell her. I just asked her out and said, "Let's break up." "Why?" "I'm tired." Okay. Just like that, it was over. I think she was relieved free at last. That same day, I snapped my SIM card, deleted WeChat, and got on a train to another city to start paying off debts. I didn't come back until 3 months ago. Isabel seemed to be doing great. She was always a genius top of the class, the kind who made everyone else look average. Only 4 years out of school, and she's already made it to a finance magazine cover. Jason, the class heartthrob, started his career in junior year. Who'd have thought they'd end up together? Good for them. I pressed my chest to fight off the ache. I clocked out at 4 a.m., the last one to leave. The others thought no one was left and shut off the lights. Even the elevator had stopped. I jabbed at the button, hoping it would light up. "Try calling someone." Isabel's voice suddenly came from behind. Stiffly, I phoned a coworker. The elevator restarted. We stood shoulder to shoulder in the cramped space. "You guys work this late?" she asked flatly. "We don't leave until all the guests are gone." "Good pay?" "It's okay." I kept my head down, cap brim covering my face. Isabel didn't seem to recognize me. We chatted a bit. Then she checked her watch. "This elevator's slow. My boyfriend's probably getting anxious. He's clingy." I froze. She meant Jason. "What about you? Working this late, your girlfriend okay with that?" "I live nearby." The doors opened. I rushed out. Isabel, who'd been calm till now, suddenly snapped. "Why are you running? Where do you think you can hide, Luke Dawson? Disappear like a ghost was that fun?" She closed in on me. She was still the girl I remembered, just older, more poised. "No phone, no WeChat. Even the professors couldn't find you. You really pulled it off, Luke." I slowly raised my head to meet her gaze. "I'm sure you found out my family went bankrupt. My dad's still tied up in lawsuits. We haven't even finished paying off the debts." "Why didn't you tell me back then?" I was at a loss for words. "Was it pride, Luke, the golden boy?" "No." Before I could finish, Jason walked over. "Whoa, Luke! It really is you." He was even better looking than in college. Every strand of hair perfectly in place. "Long time no see. Everyone's been wondering where you vanished to. 4 years without a word?" "I went south." "No wonder." Jason eyed my clothes. "Isn't that the same puffer jacket you bought junior year? It's falling apart. Why are you still wearing it?" "I used to toss out my clothes after one season." His question was meant to embarrass me, but I felt nothing now. "It's not broken. Still works." Jason nodded knowingly. "Things tough for you? You should have said something. We're classmates, I'd help." He pulled out a card. "Take it. No need to pay me back." "Thanks, but I'm good." I glanced at him, then at Isabel, and smiled faintly. "I'm getting married soon. Hope you both can make it." The moment I said it, Isabel froze, completely stunned. The KTV gig was just a side job. I had a day job too. Monday morning, a new client visited our office. My co-workers whispered, "I heard she's a genius. Started her company just to find someone." "What? Who's she looking for?" "Probably an ex." My eyelid twitched. Bad feeling crept in. "Did she ever find him?" "No idea. The system isn't even finished yet. A bunch of investors are throwing money at it. Our boss wants in too." I organized the paperwork. As I reached the conference room, I heard Isabel say, "I'll need to think more about this partnership." I stepped in and placed the documents on the table. Her eyes locked on me. "What are you doing here?" "Working." This was my real job. My supervisor looked curious. "Luke, do you know Miss Lopez?" I hesitated. "We've met." "That's it?" Isabel flared up. I had no idea why. Wasn't she the one who walked away without looking back? She pointed straight at me. "Mr. Kyle, I'll sign the contract on one condition. I want Luke transferred to be my assistant. The boss agreed before I could object. They spent the whole day negotiating. That evening, I grabbed my bag and headed out. Isabel stopped me. "Where are you going? I haven't dismissed you yet." "Miss Lopez, I can't work overtime tonight. I've got something else." "What is it?" "I'm delivering food." She looked at me like I was a stranger. I used to be a spoiled rich kid, never even touched takeout. All 4 years of college, Isabel delivered food after class. Her dinners were often the free boxed meals from the delivery company. Once, I visited her in her tiny room. She and a bunch of couriers were crammed in there, eating rice out of boxes. I asked, "Isabel, why are you eating that? It's not even clean." She looked uncomfortable. "Does it matter? Come on, let's go get steak." I dragged her to a fancy new restaurant. Average bill, over $500 per person. She stood at the entrance in silence for a long time, then quietly took off her delivery vest. Now that I've fallen from grace, I finally understand how she felt that day. It was snowing again. The ground was slick. I slipped, and the food spilled everywhere. I called the customer to explain, only to get cursed out. Don't make excuses. Late is late. My scraped palm stung in the freezing air, but I kept apologizing. Then Isabel appeared, lifting my scooter off the ground. I had no idea when she got there, or how long she'd been watching. I instinctively hid my hand behind my back. "Don't hide it," she said, her voice heavy, eyes red. "Go rinse it off. I have to deliver first. Get in. I'll take you." The customer lived on the ground floor. As I handed over the food, the guy muttered, "Huh, a guy with a Porsche delivering takeout?" I had another order lined up. "Don't," Isabel said. "I have to. Didn't earn enough tonight." "Then I'll buy it." "Buy what?" "Ding. The system accepted a new order hers. I'm buying your time tonight." She drove me to her place. I stood at the entrance, refusing to go in. "Jason's gonna be mad." "Why are you worried about him?" she snapped. "Look at you're a mess." She glanced around. "Look at this place. Does it look like a man's been here? You two don't live together?" "I never dated him." Isabel threw a contract at me. 6 months ago, he came to me with a deal. He didn't want to sleep his way up in the industry. Asked me to fake date him. In return, he'd help me fend off pushy clients. She paused, as if worried I wouldn't understand. "Some clients like to shove young guys into bed. Think everyone's into that. I hate it. Jason helped keep them off me." The contract was clear no interference in each other's personal lives. Isabel held my hand, tending to my wound. On her shelf was a row of unopened perfume Sol from the brand I used to love. "I asked your co-workers about you today," she said quietly. "You don't have a girlfriend. You even said you were single at the team outing last week. Luke, you lied to me, didn't you?" "I didn't." "Then show me a picture. You and the woman you're marrying." "There aren't any." "Seriously? You never took any photos together?" "You've reminded me. I'll take some next time and send them to you." Isabel laughed, half angry, half amused. She leaned on the couch and sat beside me. I couldn't move. Even through my sweater, I could feel her warmth. "I bought your time. You know what that means, don't you?" "I'll refund you, Isabel. I really am getting married." Her hand slid down my arm but stopped at my wrist. "Getting married? And still wearing the bracelet your ex gave you? That's not right." A dull, faded bracelet clung to my wrist, her first gift to me. When I was 19, there was a week I barely saw her outside of class. No matter how I pleaded, she refused to quit any of her part-time jobs. She ran around non-stop, more determined than ever. On my birthday, my parents threw me a party at a luxury restaurant. I told Isabel. She didn't show. I waited and waited. That night, she finally called me. She said she was waiting outside. In the snowstorm, my girl looked so small, so tired. She was covered in dirt and slush. Her yellow delivery jacket soaked. Back then, I didn't understand. I couldn't grasp why she wouldn't just quit those jobs. She hugged me and handed me my birthday gift. It was a basic bracelet knot, expensive, but way beyond what she could afford. I loved it, wore it on the spot, never took it off since. Then my parents called me inside. "Who were you talking to?" They didn't like Isabel, thought she wasn't good enough for me. When I turned back, she was already gone, swallowed by the wind and snow. Even now, I still think of that night sometimes. At the very least, when I was 19, Isabel did love me, didn't she? That bracelet, she bought it with her own blood and sweat. Maybe she, too, once raced through snow and slipped and fell, but still pressed forward just for that bracelet. But now, she was the one in control. Her home was full of the luxury goods I used to like. Was it because she still had feelings for me, or was it a form of humiliation? I couldn't figure it out, so I stopped fighting. That's when Isabel began to panic. "Are you mad?" she asked. "It's my fault. I didn't think about your feelings. Today's your 26th birthday. I bought you a new bracelet." "What?" I'd forgotten it was my birthday. Isabel brought out a small gift box. "Do you like it?" She reached to replace the bracelet for me. "Luke, could we?" Before she could finish, the doorbell rang. Kristen Cindy was at the door. "Where's Luke?" "I'm here for him." "Who are you?" "I'm his fiancé. Didn't he tell you?" Isabel froze. The bracelet dropped to the carpet. I left with Kristen. We'd known each other before, back when my family was still wealthy. She confessed to me then, but I only had eyes for Isabel and turned her down every time. Then, just last week, Kristen suddenly came to me. She said if I married her, she'd help pay off my debts. I asked her why. With smug satisfaction, she said, "I want to prove you picked the wrong girl. I'm the one who can save you. That bitch, she only dragged you down." "Oh, is that right?" I'd seen a prenatal test in her bag. Ridiculous. Today, I only needed a little help, a phone call. Nothing more. I made up an excuse and left. I still don't know how she found me here. "Why pretend to be my fiancé?" I asked coldly. "What's the difference? We're getting married anyway." "I never agreed to that. Do you even have another choice?" "Wake up, Luke Dawson. You're drowning in debt. Who else would want you? That woman?" Kristen sneered. "She's that broke college girlfriend, right? Trust mesh, she came back just to rub it in your face. She used to be beneath you, now you're down, and she's laughing inside. Mind your damn business." "This is my business. She stole my man back then. Now it's my turn to knock her off her high horse." "Kristen, I'm not your backup plan. I didn't want you before, and I won't want you now." I got out of the car. Kristen didn't try to stop me. "You think it's your decision, Luke. Think about your family." Her smug face made my skin crawl. For some reason, she reminded me of the people who once spread rumors and laughed at Isabel. Was I the same in Isabel's eyes? Word spread among old classmates that I was back and that my family had fallen. My old roommate, Junan, reached out. He was getting married and invited me to be his groomsman. He'd been my best buddy. Of course I said yes. The wedding day came. Tons of classmates showed up. I added everyone back on WeChat. Junan looked dashing in his suit. "Luke, I always thought you'd be the first of us four to get married." I smiled. "If I'd married first, I wouldn't be here to be your groomsman." "You've got some nerve. Disappearing for 4 years, we were all worried sick." My bad. I'm staying for good now. Let me make it up to you." He patted my shoulder. "Luke, why'd you vanish like that? If something was wrong, you should have told us. We would have helped." I finally let it all out. "I've never hit rock bottom like that, bro. It felt like my whole life crumbled." I lit a cigarette and gave a bitter smile. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't face anyone. I panicked, deleted everything. Junan sighed. "Isabel went crazy trying to find you." "What?" I froze. "You didn't know?" "She tried everything called professors, contacted the university. She almost filed a police report. She didn't have connections. She was just a poor student. But she still went to your house." Junan saw my expression and kept going. She was scared of your parents, remember? But she still went. And guess what? You were all gone, even your parents. She was always so cold. But that day she completely broke down. Sat outside your house, bawling her eyes out. She heard you'd gone south and tried looking for you but never found you. Where were you, man? I answered slowly. Guangzhou, Guiyang, Kunming. Too many places to count. We were dodging debt collectors, changing our names, moved every 2 weeks. No wonder, Wenwen muttered. She never stood a chance. In the end, she gave up and went back to Beijing. That's when she started developing her people search system. I didn't understand. I thought Isabel didn't care whether I stayed or left. Before graduation, I overheard her roommate ask, "What are your plans? Marry Luke?" Isabel said coldly. No. That hit me hard. Not long after, my family went bankrupt. I broke up with her. She didn't even try to stop me. But now I learned she searched everywhere. Why? Regret after the fact? I was confused. When Junan's bride tossed the bouquet, I spaced out. It landed in Isabel's hands. The MC grinned. Congrats to the lucky lady. Seems like wedding bells are in your future. Gonna tell your boyfriend? No need for all that, she replied. Isabel walked toward me with a smile, bouquet in hand. The whole crowd erupted, their cheers shaking the roof. I didn't know whether to take it or not. Isabel, you've met my fiancé, I said. Even if it was a lie. I don't believe your taste has sunk that low. Then pretend it has. Fine. Let's say she's real. Isabel leaned in, whispered in my ear. Then leave her. Come back to me. Her voice was like a spell, sweet, seductive. I nearly gave in. Just 1 more inch. After all these years, Isabel still had that effect on me. After the ceremony, old classmates dragged me off for drinks. I overdid it. Eventually, I found myself slumped in the stairwell. No matter how noisy the world was, stairwells were always quiet. Isabel found me there. What are you doing? She asked. I looked up. Isabel, I'm tired. She helped me home. I was too drunk to walk straight. She kept close, steadying me. I'm so damn tired, working non-stop. When does it end? Yesterday, some guy threw wine all over me. Wasn't even my fault. Isabel, I want steak. I can't even remember what it tastes like anymore. Alcohol had me rambling. She tried to calm me down, but I couldn't hear anything. Last thing I remember, she was laying me on her couch. She asked, "What's so great about that woman?" In a daze, I mumbled. She paid my debt. I can do that too, Luke. I'm better than her. I know what you like, what makes you smile. Please, Luke, don't disappear again. After that, my memory's a blur. Next morning, I woke up in Isabel's bed, completely naked. The table was covered with every kind of steak, and a plate of oranges sliced into perfectly even pieces. I called in sick for you, Isabel said. You don't have to go to work today. Oh, I sat down, then suddenly realized. You called in sick for me. Yes. You talked to my manager? What's wrong with that? That jerk's definitely gonna get the wrong idea. She batted her beautiful eyes. What's there to misunderstand? Everything between us is real. I was speechless. I asked around. You're not in a programming relay, so it's easier to do side jobs? Yeah. Programming pays more, but you're always working overtime. I make more juggling multiple part-time gigs. Starting next month, go back to the dev team. You can quit the side jobs. I'd rather not, I said. I haven't coded in a while. I'm rusty. That's okay. I'll teach you again. She lowered her head, peeling shrimp carefully, dipping it in sauce, placing it in my bowl. Just like before. She used to peel every shrimp for me, patiently. In college, I slacked off and didn't study well. But with a genius girlfriend tutoring me for free, it was hard to fall behind. I really forgot everything, I muttered. Isabel jotted down a few lines on paper, then sat beside me. These are some basics I'll help you remember. In that moment, it felt like we'd gone back in time. My girl was by my side again, gently explaining the problems to me. After dinner, I went home alone. Didn't let Isabel walk me. On the subway, zoning out, a message popped up from Jason. "Luke, don't hurt Isabel again." I replied. "What do you mean?" "She's been trying to repay you all these years." "Repay what?" "Money." Jason sent a screenshot. In her college dorm group chat, Isabel had written, "It's all paid off." "What a relief," someone replied. "Congrats." Finally dropped that huge burden. "Now your soul's free." LOL. I stared, dazed. Then came a text message. "Your outstanding debt has been cleared. Payment made by Isabel." I felt humiliated, betrayed. I thought about everything, her frantic search for me, her promotion, the raise, all the things she said and did, including last night. So it was just to repay a debt. That's all. Of course. Back at the KTV, Jason said she hated me. Maybe that was the truth. Isabel couldn't stand being indebted. To her, I was just a walking "I owe you" a burden. The weight of that truth crushed me. But how could I blame her? 8 years ago, I was the one who placed her in that unequal relationship. After that, there was no going back. She was too principled to accept anything she hadn't earned. She remembered it all politely, painfully. But maybe forgetting would have been better. Anger flared in my chest. I messaged Isabel, "Who told you to repay my debt without asking? Wasn't it a good thing? Now you don't need all those side jobs." "I didn't ask you to." "Luke, don't be so stubborn. I should have done this long ago. Even Grandpa's medical bills, I've always wanted to pay you back." Her words pierced me again. "I'll save the money and return it to you. From now on, unless it's work-related, don't contact me." Isabel called me over and over. I didn't pick up. I took an extra day off and locked myself in my room, sleeping like the dead. Like I was making up for all the sleep I'd missed over the years. Next morning, my mom told me, "Isabel waited downstairs all night. I rode the subway to work. She gave up her Porsche to ride the subway with me." That night, I went to my usual shift at the KTV. She booked a small room near the entrance, just to sit there and watch me. She followed me around like a moving statue. Wherever I went, she followed. This went on for days. I finally snapped. "Stop following me. If I don't, you'll disappear." She counted on her fingers. Disappeared to another city. Disappeared into stairwells. Disappeared by not answering your phone. How am I supposed to stop worrying? "I promise to pay you back. I won't disappear again. Can't you trust me?" Isabel frowned. "What are you talking about?" "I don't want your money." She kept shadowing me until Friday. She didn't show up. Then Jason called, furious. Isabel hit someone. She hit Kristen. They were at an industry event, not seated together. Kristen probably didn't notice her. Then, someone brought up the infamous Dawson family. Kristen said loudly, "There was this Dawson kid, Luke. So hot. He used to be untouchable now. He's easy. His family still owes debt, right? I said I'd pay it off if he married me. Once we're married, I run the show. I'll still go have fun with male models." Before she could finish, Isabel's purse smacked her in the face. In front of the whole industry, she decked the heiress of the Shao family. Outside the clinic, Jason glared at me. "Isabel's just one woman, with no connections. She fought her way up alone, and now, because of you, she's made enemies she can't afford." Jason was pissed. "If you're not gonna help her, fine. But don't drag her down." "Drag her down? What gives you the right to lecture me?" I said. Jason froze. "You two are just business partners. Didn't you agree not to interfere in each other's personal lives?" "She told you that." He tried to act hurt total drama queen. "Luke, even if we're just partners, I truly care about her. You've been gone for so long, just stay gone. Let me have her, okay?" "You like her?" "Yeah. That caught me off guard. But weren't you the one who started all those rumors about Isabel back in school? Jason's face went pale. Too don't remember. I stared him down. I didn't vanish from the world. I'm not brain dead either. When Isabel and I got together, you cornered me in the bathroom. Remember what you said? You asked Luke, "How much are you paying Isabel?" Jason panicked. Too don't remember. Someone once said Isabel was selling herself. Did you forget that too? Those nasty nicknames, weren't they your idea? No, that's a lie. I don't know how your industry works, but if people found out a celebrity bullied his classmate back in college, what would your fans think? Luke, you bastard. Jason lost it. You're the one spreading rumors now. Oh, should I call a few classmates as witnesses? He deflated instantly. Please, Luke. I'll give you any amount. Just don't bring this up again. And don't tell Isabel. I was young and dumb, I hurt her. But now I really care. I want to make it right. You think all you did was hurt her? I shook my head, bitterly. Jason, you hurt me too. I'll apologize, he pleaded. Please, Luke. Don't tell Isabel. Don't ruin how she sees me. Before he could finish, the curtain on the clinic window pulled open. Isabel stood there. She'd been there the whole time. Jason got kicked out in total disgrace. Someone even recorded it on their phone. Isabel wasn't a saint. She didn't forgive just anyone. She said some brutal things. Jason probably wouldn't dare face her again. Are you okay? I asked. Her injuries were light, just some scratches. Will this affect your company? Relax, it's fine. But Kristen needs stitches. Good. I hope it scars her for life. Isabel burst out laughing. Now that's more like it. What is? That's you. When was the last time you said something so bold? Say a few more. I want to hear. Screw business. They're all scammers anyway. And pork prices are up again. How are we supposed to live like this? Good. Keep going. Damn overtime. I just want to stay home, watch TV, and sleep. Are you complaining about me? Me? Never. I wouldn't dare, Miss CEO Isabel. Yes, you would. Sunlight bounced off the snow as we bickered all the way down the street. Just like that. It felt like we were back in college. I let out years of bottled-up emotion. Isabel, wait for me. I'll pay you back. All of it. Isabel looked hurt. What are you talking about? I don't want your money. And why were you suddenly mad the other day? I was wrong to repay your debt without asking, but you didn't have to ignore me like that. You think of me as a burden. How could I face the mighty Isabel Lopez? A burden? Isabel frowned. Who said that? Jason. Wait, was that idiot trying to drive a wedge between us? But the screenshot was real. I pulled up the chat history. Isabel read it, and her expression darkened. I wasn't even talking about you. She showed me her phone. The message was about closing a batch of overdue payments for a company project. The group chat continued afterward. Those were the messages Jason saw, and twisted to fit his narrative. But how did he know you were going to pay my debt? He's done that kind of thing before, so I asked for advice. She pulled the car into her driveway. Third time at her place. And this time, everything felt different. Let's clear the air today. Isabel poured me a cup of coffee. Luke, I've got a lot of questions. Go ahead. Why did you break up with me? I couldn't give you a good life. I thought. Maybe it was best. It wasn't because you were bored of me? I paused. Bored. That was the excuse I gave her when we broke up. The moment I said it, she turned and walked away without a word. Now her voice was soft. I thought I was just a fling. After 4 years, you got tired of me. Add the family drama, and since I couldn't help you, you dumped me. How could she have thought that? I opened my mouth, but before I could respond, Isabel spoke first. But even if that's true, it doesn't matter. Like she was afraid to hear the real answer, she laid her heart bare. Luke, I've already made peace with it. Even if I was just a fling, I still wanted to stay by your side. Her eyes sparkled just like they used to. It took me a while to take in her words. You misunderstood. Hmm? That was just something I said in anger. Isabel, I never saw you that way. I was serious about you.
Then why say it?
Because, before graduation, I heard you tell your roommate you wouldn't marry me. Now it was Isabel's turn to freeze. She thought for a long time, then laughed through her tears. I meant, right after graduation. I wanted to get a job first, get stable before marriage so I wouldn't be a burden. I didn't want to be a housewife. She stuck out her tongue so adorably. Actually, I started looking at rings pretty early on. I just didn't dare bring it up. I was afraid it was all one-sided. As we talked, we realized just how badly we'd misunderstood each other. How had it come to this? The root cause reality. The gap between us was too wide. Isabel thought I was with her for fun, throwing money around to ease my boredom. And I thought she was with me because she needed the money. Neither of us believed the other truly loved us. Back to now. Isabel asked, Luke, why would you rather take help from Xiao Weiwei than me? Because I like you. I don't want that to be the kind of relationship we have. Suddenly, it all made sense. Isabel nodded eagerly. Yes, that's exactly how I felt back then. Wait, when I confessed, you already liked me? Yeah, Luke. I liked you. Even before you spoke to me. First day of orientation, you said your name was Luke, and I never forgot it. Her story changed how I saw my past self. She'd fallen first, but confessed later. And Amy's way of showing affection had been all wrong. I offered what she lacked most: money. It made it too hard for her to speak her true heart. She had said it many times. She liked me, but no one believed her. Everyone thought she was faking it to get my money. Eventually, I believed it too. Even she started to doubt herself. Did I like Luke? Or did I like the money for Grandpa's hospital bills? She'd been mocked and shamed so many times, the lines blurred. The emotional toll twisted her up inside. Day after day, she tortured herself with the question. Anyone else could help her, but not me. Because money would taint what we had. If she had been less stubborn, maybe she could have just stayed beside me peacefully. But she wasn't. And that's exactly why I loved her. That fierce, unyielding spirit. Isabel picked up an orange and slowly began slicing. I suddenly remembered the day we reunited. What did you mean by those things you said? You can throw angry words, I can't? I thought you got bored of me, dumped me, then vanished for 4 years like you were avoiding me. Can't I be mad too? I guess she could. But Jason said you hated me. I'm sorry, that was my fault. I didn't correct him in time. She finished slicing the last orange, let out a soft sigh. I really thought you didn't want me anymore. Snow drifted outside the window, making the warm room feel even cozier. And in that moment, I was finally sure, through all the years, across time's long river, my girl had walked toward me. We both returned to campus for Alumni Day. Isabel was chosen as an outstanding alum and had to give a speech. The school looked the same, but the faces were new. There would always be youth. There would always be dreamers. My old student ID slipped from my coat. A senior picked it up and looked amazed. You're Luke? You know me. I intern at Isabel's company. You're kind of a legend there. Really? I'd only been to her company once. Sat in the lobby waiting for her. The receptionist had the same reaction. You're Luke? But even now, I still didn't know why. The student said, there's an old core algorithm in one of our systems. Isabel wrote it herself when she started the company. She left a note in the code. If you ever meet Luke, please, tell him I love him. Everyone who works on that algorithm sees the message. I stared, stunned. The student grinned. Looks like she finally found the one she's been looking for. After the speech, Isabel and I walked the old paths of our college days. We reached the library steps. Isabel looked at the big tree nearby. You confessed to me right here. Yeah, I remember. I was bold back then. She gazed at the tree, lost in memory. Isabel, were you happy in college? She'd struggled, been slandered, felt isolated. I figured she'd say no. But she said, I was happy. Because you were there. Even the pain felt worth it. She turned to face me, just like back then. Looked me straight in the eyes. Luke, it's my turn now. I've liked you for almost 9 years. Give me a chance, will you? It began to snow again. Flakes landed gently on her hair. I smiled. Here's to a new year. Let's take care of each other. Happy New Year, my girl. Happy New Year, my youth. There were regrets, sure, but we'll always be our best selves, no matter what.